Hey, what is going on, guys? In today's video, I want to have a conversation about the double barrel shotgun in YapMaps OGBR Season 5. As well, I don't think it's quite as strong as it was in Historical Season 5 or Era Season 5. I do think it's a lot better than it was in, say, Season 6 or Era Season 6, and I do think it's a viable option in YapMaps OG. So, let's have a look at the balance changes first, and then we'll have a discussion about when it makes sense to take the double barrel. Now, the most obvious balance change would be the damage, but it's not as straightforward as you think it is. In Season 5, the double barrel did 143, 150 for purple gold. In Season 6, it then got nerfed to 114, 120. Now it does 118, 123. Against the, Season 6 damage, almost irrelevant. 3 damage on a gun that does 120 is not going to help you. You can still clip people out if you're close enough and hit most of your shots, but it's nowhere near as reliable as Season 5. So definitely against Era Season 5 and Historical Season 5, that's a pretty major nerf. The wall damage is also a bit lower. In Historical Season 5, Era Season 5, you could do over 100 wall damage. So some of my favorite tricks you could do were like you would have a wood wall right here, you shoot it like twice with a pistol, and then you would be able to blast it out with the double barrel, and then shoot the enemy on the other side. That won't work now unless you shoot it, say, a third time, so you can get through that wall. Definitely something to keep in mind. But this trick can still kind of work, because if they have a wood wall that's full health, you come to it, like you pickaxe it, you pull your gun out, they might think you're going to try and go for a pre-fire. You can shoot up the wall and then shoot them. Sometimes they won't expect that. You can leak that second shot through. Or you could shoot the wall, replace it, and do something like that. So while I do think it's a nerf, not the biggest deal, but definitely a minor nerf to take into account. Now, there is a major buff, though, and that's the shotgun delay is gone. Previously the shotgun delay was online all the time. No matter if you even had one shotgun, you'd still have it. And the double barrel has a much worse delay than the other shotguns do. The heavy pump and tack have a 1.25 second delay. Definitely not great, but not the absolute worst thing. The double barrel has a 2-second delay. So doing any sort of plays like, stealing a wall, if you shoot once to steal the wall, and you try and make an edit play, you're just going to be standing there, not able to shoot. So definitely something you couldn't pull off before. But now that the shotgun delay is gone, you can pull off some really interesting plays. Like, you could use your first shot to shoot out the wall, make an edit, and fire again. And because the double barrel has such a quick draw speed, you can shoot very fast. Much faster than a pump, heavy, or tack could. And it opens up a lot of interesting plays, because maybe, you don't want to expose yourself for both shots. You can do, quick edit plays in between your two shots and make interesting things happen. What this overall means is that the double barrel is less reliable in its old role of just jumping in someone's face and going for a 200-0 clip out. You still can do it if you hit most of your shots. You still can do it. But if you're like that and you miss just a little bit, you might not fully clip someone out. So it's not 100% reliable. But what's much more interesting now is you can pull off interesting plays like shoot once, reset, shoot again. You couldn't do that before. So it's definitely, I think, overall, not quite as good as it was in Season 5 when clipping people out was very reliable, but definitely a noticeable amount better than it was in Season 6. So I do think it is overall a decent choice. Now let's have a conversation about when it makes sense to take the double barrel. You may think the double barrel might not be a bad choice if you have bad aim, and that's true to an extent, but at the same time, because you only have 2 shots, you need to hit those 2 shots for significant damage. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck reloading. If you've only done 30 damage, you're in a bad spot. So while it's definitely a bit easier to use in terms of aim than like a heavy shotgun, I wouldn't say this is the most beginner-friendly shotgun. I definitely see the tack shotgun's a better choice for you. Where I think the double barrel really makes sense is for those kind of players that want to jump in people's faces, go for 200-0 and be really aggressive with their plays. It can definitely work like that. Because the pump shotgun can't one-shot, this is effectively the only gun that can do a clip out in a sense, because you can fire those 2 shots so fast. You can 200-0 people if you have the aim to do it. And if you know how to space yourself after you fire those 2 shots, you can definitely make this thing work. This thing's a really solid option. It also opens up more plays if you're like a really high-level mechanical player. You can make, more edit plays than you could in the past. I don't think this is the right gun for you, though. While it definitely can do that in a pinch, the pump and heavy shotgun, I think, are overall better, because if you're standing more than half a tile away, the double barrel starts to not really do any damage. The pump shotgun or heavy shotgun is really going to be a better option for that. But the double barrel can do that role as well. Its high quick draw speed really does help in making those edit plays as well. So it can work there, but probably not the best choice. One other option I would like to bring up is you can run this in a double shotgun configuration with a pump or heavy. You might have seen that me do that in my gameplays. By no means am I saying this is like a super great option, like mandatory. No, no, no. But it is, I think, a viable choice. The way it works is you use a pump or heavy shotgun. You use your other shotgun most of the time to make most of your plays. The pump and heavy aren't affected too much by the shotgun delay, and you only use the double barrel in situations where you want to go for a clip-out shot. Especially because the pump can't one-shot. If you need a situation where you want to jump in their face to, clip them out, or your desperation need to clip them out, the double barrel can do that. So, in that scenario, the shotgun delay with the double barrel doesn't really matter because you're only using it to fire both shots. So, I definitely think that is a interesting loadout. By no means am I saying that's super amazing, but I do think it's a viable. And I do think the double barrel overall, even in a single shotgun configuration, is also viable. So, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.